Do you suck at bedwars? Oh shoot! Do you always find that you're losing? Oh my god, die! How? What? What? Yeah, what? Well, too bad. Just kidding. I'm gonna give you 10 easy to apply tips and tricks to hopefully get your first win. I've only played bedwars for like, 3 days I think, and these tips have helped me get 12 wins in under a few days. So let's get right into the video. Tip number 1, double layering your base. When you double layer your base, it makes it twice as hard to get to the core of your base from every single side. So if I want to break here, I have to destroy 2. If I want to break from the back, gotta destroy 2. Even if I want to break from the side right here, I still have to destroy 2 to get to the bed. This will ensure that you cover all sides and it will be twice as hard to get to the core of your base. Tip number 2, rushing for diamonds and emeralds early. Once you collect around 12 iron bars from your starting generator, spend it all on wool and place your remaining gold in your chest. Afterwards, start building towards the nearest diamond generator. Then, with your remaining wool, build towards the emeralds. If you don't have enough wool, head back to your base, buy more wool, and place any remaining diamonds or gold in your chest. Then, head back and finish your emerald bridge and start collecting emeralds and diamonds as often as possible. But always keep a lookout for other players and retreat if necessary. Tip number 3, do not build with wood or wool. I have seen this mistake countless times and it results in me destroying their base easily because all I bought was a stone axe or shears. Wood is pretty decent actually if you need an early defense and you have an aggressive player next to you that is targeting your base. Wood is a decent defense, but I see lots of players immediately building either a wool defense or a wood defense before they charge the emeralds or diamonds. Always go for the diamonds and emeralds first, because that will give you a significant edge in battle. Wood can easily be destroyed with an axe, even if you double layer it, like I said in the first tip. Wool can be destroyed even by your fist or shears, and both of these can be blown up fairly easily. On the other hand, endstone, which I like to make, is a lot tougher and it requires a pickaxe and it is impossible to break with your fist. And endstone is a lot more intimidating compared to wood or wool, since many other players use wood and wool to defend their base early game. Always save up for the endstone. It's only 24 iron for 12 bricks, and to double layer with endstone, you just need to have a total of 48 iron, which after you upgrade your generator isn't that hard to get. Tip number 4, layering your first layer all with obsidian. I know obsidian is the hardest block to get in bedwars, but if you're constantly going back from your generator and you have the emerald forge upgrade in your forge, then this will be really easy to get. But basically all you're doing is covering the first layer of your bed with obsidian. And with the extra endstone you had, you could hide the obsidian, which will make players prone to attack you. And once they attack you, they'll realize, oh crap, he has an obsidian defense and they don't have a diamond pickaxe, which I'm pretty sure is the only thing that can destroy obsidian. So they'll retreat knowing that they can't get your bed since they probably don't have a diamond pickaxe, and that will set you up for the perfect time to counterattack. To layer your first layer with obsidian, you will only need a total of 8 emeralds, which is pretty inexpensive. Tip number 5, upgrading your forge. Quite a few people don't actually upgrade their forge, and they instead focus on other upgrades. But at least upgrading to your forge to level 3 is really good and pretty inexpensive. It will take around 12 diamonds to get your forge to level 3. And once you hit level 3, your forge will start to produce emeralds, which is incredibly valuable. Having a constant supply of emeralds will allow you to get more ender pearls, diamond swords, potions, etc. And if you have extra diamonds, consider upgrading to max level, which will only take an extra 8 emeralds. And then you will be the ultimate emerald king. Tip number 6. Tip number 6 isn't as much of a tip as it is more of an attack strategy. But basically, all you're doing is before you go into your enemy's base, let's just say this is their base and I'm on a bridge right now, start building on your bridge, just nerd pole, and then go across while still crouching. You may need to go sideways. Can I place a block? Thank you. Or maybe build a wall because they're shooting arrows at you. But basically all you need to do is hover over their base, and once you're above their base, if you have TNT, which is really easy to get, it's only 3 gold for a single piece of TNT, you place your TNT over their base. And since I'm doing this in normal Minecraft, not in a hypixel server obviously, but in a normal hypixel server, this TNT will automatically ignite and drop to the ground and blow up your enemy's base. But for example, this is what would happen. It would automatically ignite and it would explode their base, allowing you to get their bed. Well, actually in game, beds don't explode. You have to actually physically break the bed. I just wanted to show this as an example. But that is an amazing attack strategy that a lot of players do, and it's really easy to do. It's not hard at all. All you need is a bit of wool, TNT, and then like a pickaxe if they still have some residual, or if they're like us and they layered their first base, their first layer with obsidian, then you can't explode obsidian. So it's always nice to have an extra diamond pickaxe, so just in case they have obsidian, you could drop down and try to break their obsidian and their bed. Tip number 7. Using bedbugs to overwhelm your opponent. I feel like bedbugs are quite underrated and deserve more love and usage. Bedbugs are really effective in solo bedwars, and having only like 4 on you can give you an incredible edge in battle, especially when it's only one person. If you've watched any of my other bedwars videos, you can see how I pressurized the last player only using bedbugs. Bedbugs are also not that expensive, only costing 40 iron, equivalent to a fire charge. Consider bringing them to your next fight when you're trying to secure the final kill. Tip number 8. Tip number 8 is basic necessities that you should bring around you with all times, even if you're not like raiding someone or trying to kill people. These are essentials that you should always bring on you if like you're collecting emeralds or something. So number 1, an above average sword. What I mean by that is either an iron sword or a diamond sword. I personally recommend iron sword because iron sword is more expendable. But what I mean by that is that if I lose it, it's not a big deal compared to a diamond sword, because that costs 4 emeralds. Next thing is an ender pearl. The ender pearl is actually quite situational because sometimes you won't have enough spare emeralds on you to purchase an ender pearl, but if you happen to have a bunch of emeralds, having at least 1 ender pearl on you can really save your life. You could yeet it up if you're falling. You could throw it away if you're getting chased by someone which is a lot stronger than you. And it's just all around useful. I like to bring 1, and usually for escape plans. And the next thing is a singular golden apple. A golden apple can buff you up significantly, so even if your opponent has a diamond sword and diamond armor, if you have an iron sword and diamond armor and you yeet on a golden apple, you will definitely be nearly as strong as the diamond sword user. Just don't like postpone the fight, because then your buff will go away and you're kind of screwed. The last thing to bring is wool. Wool is so useful to bring with you, because sometimes on your way back your bridge could get exploded by another player or broken down, or you have to get emeralds, but you have to build towards the emeralds. That's why having a small amount of wool is good. Or maybe you get, like, let's say you get knocked off into a small spot which you can't get out of unless you have wool or something to build with. Then wool is the best option for you, because wool is very cheap and you can get large quantities of it fairly easy. I usually carry around 24 to 48 when I'm doing these small raid type things, and that is all you need to have a decent loadout. Alright guys, this is a pretty big one, so listen carefully, but let's go. Tip number 9. What team/solo upgrades to prioritize? There are a total of 7 upgrades in the shop if you count trap as an upgrade. The first thing I always buy, no matter what the situation is sharpness. Sharpness is cheap and will give you extra damage to your sword. The second thing I get is a bit situational, but anyways, it is forge upgrades. Having extra loot will give you a big early advantage, providing you with better tools and items. But sometimes, if I have an aggressive player as my neighbor, I instead prioritize protection. This will help you take down that aggressive player and hopefully scare him off. But depending on your situation, forge and protection can be interchangeable. Finally, I get haste. Pickaxe haste is pretty situational, but if you find yourself liking to raid bases a lot, then it might be better to prioritize pickaxe haste a bit earlier. Then there is heal pool, double dragons, and traps. I like to get these items in between my usual upgrades. I usually get heal pool first, and then for traps I get the one that provides slowness and blindness, and the trap that provides mining fatigue. And for double dragons, I usually don't get that until I have a feeling that I'll go late game, but so far I have never made it to sudden death. So if you don't really seem to go into sudden death a lot, don't get it. But that's all you need to prioritize. For my final tip number 10, is communication. This tip is purely for multiplayer Bed Wars, but if you play Bed Wars with friends, discussing a plan or attack strat is the key to winning. You and your friends should always know what each one of you is doing, what they're spending their loot on, or where they are, or where they're going, etc. If you don't play with friends, and you instead play with strangers, go find some online friends. You can find people to play with in the hypixel subreddit, the Facebook group, and I even think they have their own Discord server. But either way, look for people to play with, get them in a Discord call, FaceTime, Skype, whatever. Just make sure you can plan out your game and your attacks. That is the key to winning in multiplayer Bed Wars. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope these 10 tips and tricks help you out. They definitely helped me out, and if they did help you out, leave it in a comment section below. I'm really curious if these helped you, because they helped me out. This is the first time I'm doing a tips and tricks video, so if you want more content like this in the future, leave it in a comment below as well. And if you're wondering where I got this gameplay footage from, these are from my 2 Bed Wars videos that I've uploaded. So go check them out after this video if you enjoyed what you see. Also, have a wonderful day, and I hope you win your first game. Peace out, and subscribe for more quality gaming content. See ya.